What is going on, guys? It is Austin. I'm recording a recap today. It's the last day of March, so I thought I would make a recap and I'll show you kind of what March has looked like for me. It's been an awesome month. I've actually been green now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days in a row. So on a hot streak and very hot, 16 in a row. So you can see today 548 in the day trading P&L, and I thought I'd do a recap today. One, because it's the end of March. Two, I actually was red about $500 or $600 at one point on the day, and pretty late in the day too, probably around 10 or 11 o'clock, maybe around 10:30. I don't know, but I was red like 600, and I thought, oh man, giving back yesterday's profit and breaking the streak of, the green days. Eventually I'm gonna have a red day, but today I was able to trade my way out of it and end up 550. So actually a pretty decent day, not just flipping green, but flipping to a pretty decent green day. So let's take a look at how I was able to do that. So I have my trade showing. So let's take a look at, first I guess we'll look at, I think Micron or BABA was my first trade. Pre-market, I was looking at the market and the setup on it, and I did actually like the short. So I was looking for relative weakness because I actually did want to short the market. You can see it did sell off, but only kind of toward the end. It was very grindy and choppy for most of the day. Toward the last hour, we got that big sell-off, but I wasn't really able to capture that. I did most of my trading in the morning, but I was looking for the short, even though the market's been going up relentlessly. But I looked yesterday we had a first red day, and I was looking for continuation today. We did get that, but later in the day, as I said. And I noticed pre-market the Chinese names were particularly weak. BABA wasn't my number one pick. Actually, NEO was the one that I wanted short. Looking at it pre-market, I really liked the setup short on it. This whole consolidation, this doesn't look very bullish to me. And NEO is one that off the open can sell off so quickly. So I wanted it really bad, but I didn't get it. Look, I didn't have any trades on it today. Why? Take a look at this. Look at this volume off the open. 1, 2, 3. Actually, this is 3 minutes off the open. Look at this volume. It wasn't even open. It actually wasn't trading, and it only opened up on this candle right here. So I was trying to get it. I was literally putting in sell orders. The price was moving through my order, and I wasn't getting filled because the stock wasn't actually trading. It wasn't open. So it only opened up here, and by that time I was already looking at other names, and then within 2 minutes it had already, made most of the move downside. It did continue, but, within the first 3 minutes of it being open, it already dropped, and I just missed the move. So I didn't end up getting that one. But BABA I traded, and this one I tried short multiple times throughout the day. Actually, my first trade on it was a long. Then I scrapped that, got out of it. Took about $100 hit on it actually toward the right here at this low. It popped back up. I shorted the pop because I realized, wait, what am I doing? This is kind of just like I was very small size, just maybe looking for a test of VWAP, nothing more. We didn't get that. So I'm not really sure what I was trying there, super small size. I think I saw this big wick and I just kind of got in for 100 shares. But then here I shorted this pop, which ended up being good. It came down. I didn't take profits. I was looking for more. I realized I should have put on more size, and so I think I was just looking for more, getting greedy. It popped back up. I added to the short here as it came down. I didn't take any profit in here, which was a mistake. It came back up. I added more. So I was short now 400 shares, pretty heavy position. And again, it came down. I was looking for this kind of bear flag I was looking for this break right here. We didn't get that. It ripped me off here to the upside, and I totally was like deer in the headlights, like pissed that it wasn't breaking down. Oops. So yeah, I just was totally deer in the headlights, and then here I stopped out for a big loss. This is just, now that I'm reviewing this and looking at it, this is just so horrible. And I knew that there was a risk, and I knew that it was very likely going to come back down. But you got to draw the line in the sand somewhere. You have to stop out at some point. And as it did kind of bounce off this VWAP, retest a VWAP, finding support, moving back up, I stopped out as it kind of broke up here. And in just a few minutes later, actually just 10-20 minutes later, it was already back down, and I would have been in the money at this point. So I was like, all right, screw it. I'm shorting it again as it comes back down, because, maybe you can say I'm over trading it, but this was the right play that I thought in the moment. I was looking for any pop to short at this point. And so that's what I did. Shorted it, took some profit here, coming down. Got some out here. I'm not really sure why. I think I just was taking some off the table. I was in other trades as well at this point, so I think I was just trying to take some off as I was in the short and in control and making a little bit of money back. So when I closed this position, that's when I was down the most on the day. But then I jumped back into another position, into this again, and was shorting it. And then through here in the afternoon, I had more trades on it. I actually had the right idea shorting this pop, and I shorted with big size. I shorted 300 shares. I was already short 100 shares still, so I think I was short 400 net at this point, and I had the right idea, but it kind of scared me as it popped up here, so I got out most of it. You can see 300 here, and then my last 100 just got out here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So most of this move where it broke down toward the end of the day, like the rest of the market, I didn't capture it really, just because most of the day was just pretty much sideways action. So you can see, ended pretty much break even on that name. Micron, I had a couple trades on, horrible, really unlucky. You can see I only had a couple trades on it, but look here, I shorted this candle, and then as it just kind of broke to a new high, I just got right back out for the $100 loss on this one. And then a few minutes later, just proceeded to just completely break back down. That would have been a monster trade, so got stopped out. Very unfortunate. It was breaking above pre-market highs, so I just cut it. Here on this one, I shorted looking for continuation, shorted toward the low of the day, probably not smart, and anyway, ended up stopping out here, which was the right decision as it just kept floating up. So that one, yeah, I took a hit on. And let me, just to make things easier, I'll add profit loss on the day so you can see I ended down 322 on that one, down 8 on BABA. Now let's go to the positive names. So once I got out of BABA for the loss, before I jumped back in, I actually got into this trade on Facebook, and I looked at this setup and I saw this big bear flag. Normally, I wouldn't take this much size. This is short 500 shares of Facebook, to be honest with you. I didn't even know I could take that many shares short. I didn't know I actually could do that, but I tried it. And I'll be honest with you, this was a little bit of like, I want to be green today because I want to continue the green streak. I want to end green. I want to end the month, on a high note. I don't want the streak to end here. I really want to get through March with all these days being green on my calendar. So that was going through my head, and I did kind of trade this aggressively. So 500 shares short here, and it just went immediately in my favor. Despite taking massive size here, the setup was good. This was a good short setup, and I did like the setup, and I saw it right here, and I was like, this is the spot where I should probably take it. It's like now or never. And I'm glad that I did take it because it instantly broke down, and if I had not taken that, then I would have been like, dang it, I missed that opportunity. So anyway, came down, and here I was pretty good about taking some profit because I knew I was very exposed, so I was trying to get out of some of that position pretty quickly. So I was out kind of 300 shares pretty quickly, and then here out 400, and then here out 500. I stopped out as it kind of was curling back up, and then ultimately came back down, then popped back up. And then toward the end of the day, look at this. I shorted here at 225.83. The high here is 226.15. So I was down about 35 cents or so at most here on 300 shares. And this was toward the end of the day. So at this point, I was actually green on the day. And I was trying to pad my profits, I guess, and I saw this pop up. I'm like, I'm shorting this pop. I shorted it, and then this candle totally scared the crap out of me as it flushed down and then bought right back up, and I was watching the market. Market was surging, but I expected it to turn around. Wasn't really thinking so far ahead as to this massive sell-off. You can see it actually closed down here at 222.27 is the low on this last minute of the day. So as you can see, I got out 100, 200, 300. This whole short I got out of like super quick, and I missed this entire move. So I had a monster trade sitting in front of me, and I just got out way too soon. So what are you gonna do? That sucked that I didn't capture most of that. But what doesn't suck is that I am green on the day. And let's talk about AMC is the last one I have to go over. And this coming into today, I'm just kind of looking at AMC because of the daily range that it's putting in every day. It's got these big ranges, and so it's good to trade. It's got volume, it's volatile. So here off the open, I was very much expecting, I was looking at this where this was opening up. I was very much expecting, or wouldn't have been surprised if it was just a red day overall. And usually I would not, if my mindset on a stock is that it's going to be red on the day and it's going to close lower than it opens as well, if I think that, usually I won't take longs on it. I guess sometimes I will, but for the most part, I won't take a long on it for off the open or whatever. But here I did take a long on it because of, I guess, the setup I saw pre-market. And when I saw these two wicks come down, I wanted to get in. And AMC is one that can have a big pop off the open, even if it wants to turn around quickly. So I did get out of this one quickly because I realized the potential it had to sell off and continue lower. It's kind of on the backside of this move. And also just watching the price action on it, it didn't really feel very strong. And so I got out some of it up here, at 25.50, but then had to kind of get out of the rest pretty quickly as it was coming down aggressively. So that was kind of just a small trade, like $80. And then I actually was trading this after hours. There's news on GME that they're doing a stock split. And so I bought a dip on it here. I was kind of late on the news, but when I looked at it, I waited for this drop and got in at 61, and then kind of just got out up here for like $120, $130 winner there. So I was up like 420. Now I'm up 550 almost. So anyway, yeah, those are my trades on the day. And that's all I have for you guys. So finishing the last month of March, big comeback story. Facebook totally saved me. That massive 500 share short that I took on it really came in clutch. And so this will be a $550 green day right there for a awesome March. So I'm closing out. March is signed, sealed, delivered, and the profit on the month is my best month ever, I do believe. So that will turn out, since the beginning of March, I'm at 11,800 in profit, excluding today. So including today, it'll be more like 12,300 on the month. So look at that, guys. Awesome. So just super clean. So that is a great month. And I also have in the back of my mind the fact that I believe April 1st, which is tomorrow, is one of my worst days. Last year, I think April 1st, I'm gonna check it right now, but I think that day, yeah, guys, wow. So if you take a look at April of last year, April 1st, I had a $4,100 loss. And it wasn't an April Fool's joke. It was a real loss. I remember making that recap. You can go watch it. And that was a sad, sad day. That was the day of the infamous FTFT, my biggest loss of all time. And you can go watch that recap. So tomorrow marks the 1-year anniversary of my biggest loss ever. So that is actually, wow. So, all right, that's what I got for you guys. hopefully tomorrow I won't give back a third of the gains on the month in a single trade like I did last April Fool's. So anyway, all right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. And I will post what happens with my trading tomorrow in the Discord to assure all of you that I don't have a $4,000 loss tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.